Welcome to the earnings report here, live from the space station, the Virgin Galactic space station here in Texas. We've got the earnings live debate to follow after the earnings report as well, so you are in the right place. If you are here just tuning in, click subscribe, ring the bell, be part of tonight's live event. We're going to have a whiskey, we're going to relax, we're going to chill out, we're going to listen to it. We knew the earnings report wouldn't be great tonight. It's early in the year. The good times for Virgin Galactic is just around the corner. Later on this year, things will soar off. We know it's coming. So tune in tonight for the live earnings debate here with Virgin Galactic. We'll be right back very, very shortly. Welcome, you are in the right place. This is the earnings report live debate for Virgin Galactic coming up very, very shortly. Welcome all to the spaceport here in Texas. It's the Virgin Galactic earnings report tonight. We'll be listening in live, coming up very shortly in 27 minutes. Leave your comments below. We do give prizes away for our most engaged members as well. We love all that stuff. So sit back and relax, grab yourself a drink. We'll be listening in tonight to the earnings report for Virgin Galactic. Want to welcome Lester Thomas as well to the Texas spaceport here. Welcome to you. The earnings report coming up very, very shortly live. And we've got a lot of information followed by our analysis and live debate. Good evening, Lester Thomas. How are you? I'm a shareholder myself. Very proud to own Virgin Galactic. No Richard Branson. It's all coming good. It's just early days for the stock, but we are going to get there. Just 26 minutes to go now, and we'll be live here with the Virgin Galactic SPCE live earnings, followed by a debate. Good evening, Rob McLean. Welcome to our earnings report for SPCE stock Virgin Galactic. Please subscribe, ring the bell, be part of it. We have a cash giveaway in the morning for all SPCE fans. Stick around. You can all be involved in a free draw in the morning to win some money. Good luck, everyone. Back very soon. Good evening. If you've just joined us, welcome to the spaceport here in Texas. This is the Virgin Galactic Spaceport. We are here, fans of space. We love it, and we know it's one for the future. We know the earnings report tonight wasn't great, but the good times are coming. We'll be with you very, very soon for the live earnings and followed by debate. You are in the right place, and leave a like. This is the stock right now. It's down today, we know that, and it's a tough day for the whole market today, not just space. It's the way everything is right now. People are taking their money out of high-risk stocks. Doesn't mean there's a problem with the stock. It's just the way it is right now. Go space, go, indeed, indeed. And Maple Life has just tuned in. Welcome, Maple Life. Here we have Rob McLean with one of our NFTs from Scotland. And here's Maple Life. Welcome. You can call in as well if you want to go through Discord at the end for a live debate. Have your say about Virgin Galactic. That's coming up very, very shortly, live on the show in just 90 minutes from now. Please support our show. We do live cash giveaways in the morning. Tomorrow morning we've got a cash giveaway, an SPCE Virgin Galactic giveaway for all our fans here. I'm going to give you the link now for the video you need to watch for the morning. It's only 3 minutes long. It's a Virgin Galactic video, and you can enter the cash prize giveaway for the morning. It's free to enter, free for everyone. All the rules are below in the video. Here is the video you need to watch before the morning. In the morning, on the opening bell, we'll be doing a live draw, and the winner will get the cash prize paid to them straight away. Be part of our show in the morning. Coming up very, very shortly, the Virgin Galactic earnings report. You are in the right place. Please subscribe, ring the bell, leave your comments in the live chat. We'd love to hear from you. And give us a thumbs up, share this video so more people can see our videos. That would really help. And then what we get, we give it away as in cash prizes. We've got a cash prize in the morning. And the video is in the live chat. Go and click on that. It's a 3-minute video. Watch it all the way through. It's free to enter, and you can be in the cash prize draw for the morning. Welcome, Stephen. Welcome, Stephen, to the Texas Virgin Galactic Spaceport. Coming up in just a couple of minutes' time, 16 minutes in fact, we have the earnings report. Click subscribe, ring the bell, and give us a thumbs up. I've just posted in the chat for you the cash giveaway, the SPCE cash giveaway in the morning. There it is. It's free to enter. All you've got to do is watch a 3-minute video. Leave a like, leave the comment like it says. Very, very easy. Don't try and cheat. People try and cheat and don't watch the video. But there you go. Good luck. Everyone can be in the draw. It's free to enter. No purchase necessary. Good luck, everybody. Not long to go now, just 15 minutes over before the Virgin Galactic earnings plus live debate to follow. The stock's slightly down tonight, but the whole market is down, especially for high-risk stocks. So you have to understand that right now. We'll be back very, very soon. Okay, we now have the earnings ready to bring in to you. It's going to be a big night for it. Here is the earnings report just been sent in. So I'm now going to bring it onto the screen. You're going to see it for the very first time. Here it comes. Here it is. Here's the Virgin Galactic earnings report. Coming up very, very soon. Okay, we have the Virgin Galactic presentation all ready to go for you. Coming up very, very soon now. Just 12 minutes to go. And the stocks are starting to rise slightly. We bought the dips. How about you? 769 is my average now. Just coming up slightly. Virgin Galactic earning reports coming up in 12 minutes from now. Not long at all. Let us know you're here. Go into the chat, leave a comment, subscribe, ring the bell. We got a cash prize giveaway to our space fans in the morning. It's free to enter. The link is in the chat. You've got time to go and watch the video and come back. It's a 3-minute video. All you've got to do is watch the video, come back, and you can be in a cash prize draw live in the morning. Just watch the video, leave a comment. It's all about Virgin Galactic. Count Chocola, good evening to you. Welcome all to the Virgin Galactic earnings report this evening. Welcome to the Texas Spaceport. We're all fans here of Virgin Galactic. We're live with you right now. And we've got a very, very special moment tonight that may happen. We may have, at the end of the show, Rocket Man performed live in the studio. If we get enough requests for it, we will get Rocket Man live in the show at the end tonight, especially for Richard Branson. Good evening and welcome to the Virgin Galactic Spaceport live. My name is Martin Lucas, and I'll be with you very, very soon for the live debate following our earnings report by Virgin Galactic. And if we get a special reception tonight, there may be Rocket Man performed live in the show tonight at the end of the earnings. If we get enough likes, we might just do that. If you've not yet smashed the like button, helps get this video out to as many people as possible. Smash the like button, let everybody know you're here, and I'll put your comments on the screen. If you smash the like button now, we'll put your comments on the screen. Good evening to Head Ramirez. Good evening to you. Welcome to the earnings report for Virgin Galactic from the spaceport here in Texas. Welcome to you. And if we get a record-breaking number of likes tonight, we will have a special performance of Rocket Man performed live in the show tonight for Sir Richard Branson if we get record number of likes. And we have our cash prize giveaway as well for all of our space fans in the morning. It's free to enter, free for all. Here is the cash prize draw in the chat right now. It's a 3-minute space video. Just got to watch it, leave a comment and like, and you'll be automatically in the draw for the morning. But you have to make sure that you watch it all and leave the correct comment. Just follow the rules in the video. Good luck, everybody. Just 6 minutes ago now for the Virgin Galactic earnings report. Welcome to the earnings. You are in the right place. This is the Texas spaceport. We hope you enjoy our spaceport here for you for Virgin Galactic. My name is Martin Lucas. I'm the day trader. I will be with you live in just 5 minutes time for the earnings. Plus we have a cash giveaway as well for everyone, all space fans. Here's the video in the chat. You can enter. It's a 3-minute video. Just watch it. All about Virgin Galactic. And once you've watched it, leave the correct comment and you will be in the prize draw for the morning. It's free to enter. And if we get a record number of likes tonight, which is 59, then we will have a special performance of Rocket Man by the World Piano Man in the live show tonight for Sir Richard Branson. We just need 59 likes. Everybody watching now, there's 31 watching. If everybody likes, 33 watching. A world premiere performance of Rocket Man for Sir Richard Branson by World Piano Man coming up at the end of the earnings if we get to 59 likes. If everyone likes the video, we are at 16 likes right now. Everyone like the video, get a record number, and we will be doing our live event. Earnings report in just 3.5 minutes to go. You've still got chance to enter the cash prize draw for the morning. Here is the video in the live chat. We've now got 17 likes. If we get our record of 50, 59, there will be a special performance by the world piano man of Rocket Man, Sir Elton John's Rocket Man, live at the end of the earnings report. Just 17 likes right now. Like the video, and that will happen at the end of tonight's show. Earnings report just 1 minute 43 away. Okay, we're just under a minute to go now before our earnings report tonight. And if we get our record likes, there will be a performance from the world piano man of Rocket Man for Sir Elton John, by Sir Elton John for Sir Richard Branson at the end of the event this evening. All right, 33 seconds to go now. Let's end the counter. And we are now just about ready to start our event tonight. So we're about to begin. Just standing by for Virgin Galactic. We're just standing by now for Virgin Galactic to start speaking. We have the audio feed coming through. And we're just waiting now. Any moment now. We'll go live to it with you. If you've just tuned in, subscribe, ring the bell, give us a thumbs up. We are just seconds away from our earnings report. We have the audio feed coming through, and we are just waiting. Any moment now, we will hear from Virgin Galactic, SPCE. Here we go.
Good afternoon. My name is Martyn, and I will be your conference operator today. At this time, I would like to welcome everyone to Virgin Galactic's first quarter 2022 earnings conference call. All lines will be placed on mute to prevent from background noise. After the speaker's remarks, there will be a question and answer session. If you'd like to ask a question during this time, simply press star followed by 1 on your telephone keypad. If for any reason you would like to remove that question, please press the pound key. Thank you. Hosting today's conference call will be Liz Calvillo of Investor Relations. As a reminder, today's call is being recorded. I would now like to turn the conference over to Ms. Calvillo. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Virgin Galactic's first quarter 2022 earnings conference call. On the call with me today are Michael Colglazier, Chief Executive Officer, and Doug Ahrens, Chief Financial Officer. Following prepared remarks from Michael and Doug, we will open the call for questions. Our press release was issued about an hour ago and is available on our investor relations website, as well as the slide presentation that will accompany today's remarks. Let me refer you to slide 2 of the presentation, which contains our safe harbor disclaimer. During today's call, we may make certain forward-looking statements. These statements are based on current expectations and assumptions, and as a result are subject to risk and uncertainties. Many factors could cause actual events to differ materially from the forward-looking statements made on this call. For more information about these risks and uncertainties, please refer to the risk factors in the company's filings with the SPCE filed by Virgin Galactic from time to time. Readers are cautioned not to put undue reliance on forward-looking statements, and the company specifically disclaims any obligation to update the forward-looking statements that may be discussed during our call. Please also note that we will refer to certain non-GAAP financial information on today's call. With that, I would now like to turn the call over to Michael.
Thanks, Liz, and good afternoon, everyone. 2022 is an important and busy year for us. We made good progress across our core priorities, which are the enhancement program for our current fleet, preparations for commercial service, and setting up the business to operate at scale. I look forward to sharing updates on all these priorities with you today. Turning to slide 4 in today's agenda. I'll start with an update on the enhancement program and our flight schedule, followed by an update on our future fleet, and then I'll turn to our commercial strategy. Finally, I'll hand the call over to Doug, who will provide a financial review of the quarter. Moving to slide 5, our vehicle enhancement program. We continue to make good progress on the enhancements to our current fleet, including our mothership Eve and our spaceship Unity. As a reminder, these enhancements are designed to significantly improve the durability and reliability of these ships, enabling a higher frequency flight rate for commercial service. We've outlined the details of this work in previous earnings, but let me give you one example of what we've recently completed. Eve's enhancement program includes modifications to the center wing and launch pylon to enhance durability in a high-frequency commercial setting. A launch pylon is a mechanical attachment that holds the spaceship and passes air and electricity from the mothership to the spaceship until the spaceship is released. We are implementing a new pylon design that attaches to the mothership wing with a 4-point construction rather than the 3 connection points we had previously. If you're following the presentation, on slide 5, you'll see an image from when the launch pylon was installed in April. This was a major milestone for the program, and these various other enhancements continue to progress. The work we are doing on VSS Unity is also moving ahead. We continue to expect that Unity's enhancements will be completed in advance of the schedule for Eve. Last quarter, we shared that we are closely monitoring increased supply chain risk and are proactively working to mitigate issues. Like many companies around the world, we're experiencing elevated levels of supply chain disruption. We have an outstanding team dedicated to managing this increasingly complex environment, and they are actively working to address and mitigate these supply challenges as they arise. We are also growing our talent base amid a constrained labor market. While we are having much recruiting success, our talent growth rates have not kept pace with planned ramp-up. These combined labor and supply chain challenges are bringing out the best of Virgin Galactic's innovation and resourcefulness, and we've been able to mitigate most schedule risks as they arise. At this point, though, our projections on hiring days and our forecast of certain long lead material deliveries suggest we may need additional schedule contingency. For this reason, we are shifting the expected commencement of commercial service from Q4 of 22 to Q1 of 23. Turning to slide 6 in our flight update. While our commercial flights are expected to start a bit late, we anticipate VSS Unity to return to space in Q4 of 22 as part of our planned post-enhancement period flight test procedures. We expect our second spaceship, VSS Imagine, will make its debut test flight to space in Q1 of 2023. Following several revenue-generating test flights, we expect VSS Imagine to commence private astronaut service midway through 2023. Flight testing will remain critically important as we design and build our new spaceships and motherships. In March, we announced the promotion of Kelly Latimer to Director of Flight Test. Kelly is a veteran pilot who's been with the company more than 6 years. She brings a wealth of experience to the role, having previously worked on system development and aircraft design at Boeing, following 20 years of service with the U.S. Air Force. Director of Flight Test, she will oversee the conclusion of our test program for Unity and Imagine, while working in parallel to design our test program for the Delta spaceships and next-generation motherships. We're excited to have Kelly in this important role. When Unity and Imagine achieve their planned cadence for commercial space flights in 2023, we expect to fly to space about 3 times per month, which will be an incredible achievement. But the market for human spaceflight is large and growing, and the real step change in our ability to meet the demand for our experience will come with our future fleet. So let's turn to slide 7 and our manufacturing and design update. As we shared previously, the Delta class is our production model spaceship, which we are designing to fly once per week. The Delta fleet and next generation motherships are evolutions of our current vehicles. More than 17 years of research and development have enabled us to build space vehicles that are differentiated and elegant. We've proven both that our technology works and that our spaceship design delivers the one-of-a-kind consumer experience it was intended to. For our next generation fleet, we are adjusting the existing design of our ship to make it faster to produce and easier to maintain to support faster vehicle turn times. As we move towards scale, we are evolving from a primarily in-house vertically integrated manufacturing process to one that leverages Tier 1 and Tier 2 suppliers for major sub-assemblies such as the wing, fuselage, and feather. A key goal of our strategy is to utilize the nationwide aerospace ecosystem to access pre-existing innovation, new technology, and existing highly skilled labor pools. For example, by working with new Tier 1 suppliers, we are now able to incorporate a more efficient, high-temperature composite that will reduce weight and improve production lead times. Establishing these third-party relationships is critical to how we scale our business. It will be long-term, high-dollar value contracts, and we are working through a methodical and competitive process to identify and onboard partners who can form the backbone of our future supply chain. I'm pleased to share that we are making good progress on selecting these important partners. Turning to slide 8, in March, we hosted a supplier conference at our engineering and design headquarters in Orange County and our manufacturing facility in Mojave. It was well attended by Tier 1 and Tier 2 suppliers who expressed interest in working with us on the sub-assemblies for our Delta fleet. The caliber of available and interested suppliers is excellent and gives us great confidence in our path forward. We've now issued RFIs and are working through a meticulous process to identify the primary suppliers we will work with. Turning to slide 9, we are deploying a digital twin architecture that underpins our Delta class and next generation mothership schedules. This approach enables a comprehensive digital database for each vehicle, which captures the vehicle system requirements, physical design, as well as manufacturing and operations data to create a digital thread for all production activity across the supply chain. This digital thread enables seamless integration with our partners, allowing for real-time collaboration, strong governance, and an increase in production, efficiency, safety, and reliability. A key benefit of this approach is that it allows our in-house team to focus on the complex and critical elements that are core to our intellectual property around design and engineering and final assembly. We continue to progress design and location choice for the new final assembly facility for our Delta-class spaceships. We expect the facility to be operational in late 2023. We're planning for this facility to eventually employ hundreds of Virgin Galactic technicians and engineers with production capability of up to 6 spaceships a year. We look forward to sharing an update on this soon. In summary, we've made good progress this quarter towards establishing our long-term manufacturing model. We feel confident that our manufacturing approach will improve our speed to market, help us minimize supply chain disruption, and realize meaningful efficiencies. Turning to slide 10 in our commercial strategy. In February, we announced Blair Rich as our President and Chief Business Officer, Commercial and Consumer Operations. In the near term, Blair and her team are focused on 3 top priorities: sales, the customer journey and experience, and building our global brand. I now take these in turn. Ticket sales continue to progress well, and we're seeing strong uptake across our product offering. This includes single seats as well as multi-seat and full flight buyouts. We remain on track to have our first 1,000 committed astronauts ready for the launch of commercial service. We currently have approximately 800 future astronauts in our community. Our approach to sales is high touch and personalized, and it's proving to be extremely successful, converting consumer interest into ticket sales. These early sales are also helping us build a valuable bank of customer data and insights that will help us refine and scale our sales process as our business expands. We shared before that one of our key differentiators is our end-to-end customer journey, which starts at the point of sale and extends far beyond the spaceflight experience as part of our astronaut alumni. The multi-year anticipation of our flight is intentional. Our customers place a high value on the enrichment and opportunities this membership provides. We build this community, we're expanding the membership experience around 3 core pillars: education and enrichment, astronaut development and training, and impact and inspiration. The training and space experience components may be familiar to you. I'd like to take a moment to explain the focus on education. Many future astronauts have a keen desire to use their time in the future astronaut community as an educational experience by deepening their understanding of space, engineering, technology, and the planet. Examples include multi-seat and full flight buyouts for parents and families who emphasize the role that they would like the pre-flight astronaut experience to play for their now teenage children during the run-up to the flight. Our customers are hungry for knowledge, and giving them a peek behind the hangar door and access to the experience and expertise within our team is something they highly value. It's also something that sets us apart. Through our membership community, we have the opportunity to curate and personalize the customer journey, further enhance our product distinction, and leverage signature Virgin customer experiences, which will in turn attract potential customers. On building our brand, as we resume space flights following our enhancement period, we expect to see a spike in global engagement as we saw with previous flights. We've shown how effectively we can use these milestone flight events to capture the imagination of millions of people and the attention of global media, which in turn builds our global cultural relevance, engages our brand fans, and increases affinity towards Virgin Galactic. I'll now turn the call over to Doug for an update on our financials.
Thanks, Michael, and good afternoon, everyone. Turning to slides 11 and 12, let's review our financial results for the first quarter. We generated revenue of $319,000 in the quarter, driven primarily by future astronaut membership fees associated with new ticket sales. Operating expenses for the first quarter were $92 million, compared to $81 million in the prior year period. The increase in expenses is primarily attributable to higher manufacturing labor spend as we're progressing through the fleet enhancement period. GAAP net loss for the first quarter was $93 million, compared to a loss of $130 million in the first quarter of 2021. The smaller net loss is primarily due to there no longer being any remaining warrants, and there being no associated change in fair value of those warrants flowing through the income statement. Adjusted EBITDA was a negative $77 million, compared to a negative $56 million in the prior year period. Free cash flow was negative $68 million, compared to negative $50 million in the same period last year. The increased spending was primarily attributable to growth in manufacturing headcount during the fleet enhancement period, as well as an increase in marketing expenses. Regarding our guidance for the second quarter, we forecast free cash flow to be in the range of negative $80 million to $90 million. The projected growth in spending quarter over quarter is expected to be driven by the ongoing work during the fleet enhancement period, combined with the ramp and design effort for our future fleet, as well as investments to increase the scale of our flight operations leading up to commercial service. Our balance sheet remains strong, with over $1.2 billion in cash equivalents, and marketable securities. Going forward, we'll continue to evaluate opportunities to raise capital as we grow and scale our business. We plan to use a combination of cash on hand, revenue from commercial space flights, as well as future inflows of capital to fund our strategic objectives. I'd like to now hand the call back over to Michael.
Thanks, Doug. I'm pleased with our positive start to 2022 and the progress we've made so far. Against the global backdrop of escalating supply chain and labor constraints, our teams are containing the majority of issues to minimize impact on schedules. We look forward to returning to space in Q4 and launching commercial service in the first quarter of next year. So to recap, we expect to begin spaceflight later this year with commercial launch in the first quarter of 2023. We are seeing strong uptake across our product offerings, including multi-seat and full flight buyouts, as well as interest in research flights. Our future astronaut community stands at approximately 800 reservations. The design work for the next generation of our spaceflight system is well underway, and we are making progress in establishing the infrastructure to scale our business. Coming months will continue to be very busy for us as we complete our enhancements and approach commercial service. And I'm looking forward to sharing updates on our progress. With that, we'll turn to questions. Operator, we're ready to begin the Q&A portion of the call.
Now it's Q&A. If we
Thank
get to the
you.
end of the show with 59 likes,
If you'd like to ask a question,
the World
please
Piano
press
Man
star
will
followed
perform
by one
Rocket
on your
Man
telephone
live
keypad.
in the show.
If for any
Welcome
reason
to
you'd like
everyone.
to remove that question, please press star followed by 2.
Please subscribe and support our channel and stick to the end. We have a cash prize giveaway coming up at the end of the presentation and a live performance from World Piano Man if we get to 59 likes.
Question comes from Robert Spingarn with Melius Research. Please proceed.
Good afternoon. Rob, Michael or Doug, with all the changes to the spaceship and the mothership, do you foresee a scenario where the FAA wants the updates to go through a different certification process than just a few test flights? Does anything change there?
No, we do not foresee that, Rob. The ships are the same. You're familiar with our licensing process, I believe. And the updates that are going through here aren't changing the foundational structure of the ship or any of the systems there. They're, like I said, strengthening various structures and getting things ready for higher volume commercial use. So the license that we operate on will stay the same.
Okay, and then just on the process of developing these spaceships, you've talked about leveraging the aerospace supply chain to build both the ships and the motherships. With the struggles that a lot of suppliers are having now with raw materials and labor, just general supply chain issues, and the work they have with others, how are you getting them to agree to work with Virgin Galactic, under these conditions? Or are the volumes so low at this point they really don't have to make these decisions?
So I think you've got a couple of things going on. One thing that we've been purposeful about doing is, as we talk about evolving, right? Because it's an evolution of our current ship that has 17 years behind it to this Delta class. The main work is allowing us to take what used to be many kind of subsystems or subassemblies and consolidating that down to just a few, such that when we take those few major subassemblies out into the market, they're substantial dollars, right? They're substantial contracts that are meaningful to people. So that's one thing that has allowed us to attract people to the table. I think the essence of what we're doing is also kind of exciting into the marketplace there. But people need to make money, and we're putting together contracts and buys that will be material for folks. The availability of capacity within the market is still good and still solid for us, and so we were really pleased to see the turnout and the responses as they're starting to come in on the RFI process. I think, the supply chains are snarled around the world, and there's a lot going on with that. The timing, I'm not going to try to predict, 2-3 years out, but what we're doing up front isn't dealing with major things in supply. Up front is going to be working with each other on the engineering of this, deciding how we're going to determine what part of the design we will finish ourselves and what we'll ask these suppliers to do. And so the main material ramp up is going to come later. So I think we're ahead of it, and everyone will have time to manage that appropriately. But the big thing we're doing is making sure we have material contracts that are just good for people's business. And I think we're seeing great response to that.
And you mentioned these dollars. Maybe Doug can take this. Should we see any kind of movement in CapEx here over the next several quarters as more and more people get involved, or it just doesn't happen that soon?
What you'll see is R&D expense. It doesn't actually become CapEx until we get to a later stage. It'll cross over perhaps like in 2020, late 2023, 2024. Is reflected as R&D until we reach that point.
Fair enough, but then how does that trend?
So the trend in the spending, so what you'll see, we gave 1 quarter guidance of $80 to $90 million. You'll see a ramp happening through 2022 into 2023. We didn't quantify that, but you can see the layers of spending coming in between the design work and the building out of the factory and other infrastructure that we're doing. So you'll see a ramp into 2023, but we haven't quantified that publicly for everybody.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks, Rob.
Thank you for your question. Our next question comes from Oliver Chen from Cowen. Please proceed.
Hi, thank you very much. On the decision to delay to Q1, I'm just curious about the rationale there, and would it have made more sense to give yourself more cushion to Q2, just given a lot of the uncertainty that we're seeing out in the market? Also, with regards to the ticket sales and the demand that you're seeing, would love your thoughts on if it's been volatile and any updated thoughts on the ticket window. That'd be helpful. Thank you.
Sure. Hi, Oliver. It's Michael here. On the first one, we tried to provide as accurate a point of view on schedules as we can, and we've been, I think, improving our ability to forecast out. So, we're still several months away, right? We're here in early May now, but the teams have been doing an incredible effort to basically contain all these little issues that pop up that have potential to push schedules back. And they've really done an excellent job on that. But cumulatively, we are seeing both enough things that have taken a week here, 2 weeks there, that have kind of extended on our critical path. So we think it's appropriate to add further contingency in. So you asked, have we given ourselves enough? As we do expect to have a flight back to space with Unity in the 4th quarter. And so that gives you kind of a little bit of sense of containment on schedule. And so moving from Q4 to a projection of Q1 of 23 for commercial service, we think is appropriate. We've built in, an assessment of our own schedules, and we've added contingency against this new schedule as well. We want to be accurate again. We don't want to be in a spot where we're not meeting the date, but we also don't want to be so padded that we're also not being accurate in that sense. So we think we've given the right direction on where these are going. That's how we came up with these dates. Sorry, Oliver, you asked about, could you ask the ticketing part of that again? Was it just, are we seeing, I heard you use the word the volatility, but volatility in what way?
Curious about the demand profile and also the duration of the sales window in terms of any updated thoughts on what you're seeing. Thanks for ticket sales.
No, of course. Ticket sales are going really well, and what we generally have right now is a backlog of people that have gone through our CRM processes and said, yes, I'm ready to go now. Can you please call? And we have what's effectively a two-way interview with people, just understanding what they're looking for. People understand how the service and the experience will work, and the timetables in there. It's going really well. We are, as you said, we have about 800 people right now. That's quite a bit of backlog relative to starting commercial service in Q1 of the upcoming year. So we're not, I'd say, in an internal race with ourselves to complete out. We only have 200 left to go. So it's a very small team that is taking these calls one by one as they come through. Our conversion rates are excellent, and at this stage where we only have 200 left, we don't need to add more people to that. So we feel we're kind of right on track to get ourselves the 1,000 people we wanted to put as kind of our first 1,000 as commercial service launches. We're really good there. And then, like I said, we're doing this with effectively one very small team. I'll just put it that way. And what we're learning from that is, as we then get further down and we start to get closer to where the Delta teams or flights are going to ramp, we know we can basically replicate the process we've been doing, and that's how we'll scale this up as we go along. So it's been really good, and the people who are coming in have been mostly still going for single seats, but we're also starting to see purchases across our spectrum, right? Multiple seats as well as full flight buyouts, and that's been really exciting to see people kind of understanding they want to do this not just as an individual pioneer, but also groups and families that are encouraged to make this a part of a meaningful part of their lives. So I like how that's played out.
Okay, and that's very helpful. Last question on the membership community comments. Do you have any updated or further thoughts on what kinds of partnerships and/or experiential focuses you have? And then on the digital twin, that was interesting. What's the implication for that kind of technology? I assume speed, agility, and quality, and it enables you to really collaborate in more real time across suppliers. Thank you.
Sure. So I don't say something not necessarily new in what we're trying to do in our community piece, but the importance of it, we just continue to emphasize on each of these calls. It's a meaningful part of the dialogue we have with customers as they come in. I think they very much recognize this is a journey to a critical moment, and that journey matters. So, some of these things are going to be virtual moments that we can include the entire community. Some things are going to be very meaningful gatherings. We've got one that will come up in the fall in Wyoming that will be a very purposeful event with speakers that will be very interesting. Some things are more for social engagement along the way. So I don't think we have anything new to share in that regard, other than the importance in that and the appeal of this as we discuss it with the customers as they are joining on remains really strong. So we like that part of our strategy. We think that differentiates us a lot. And then Doug, we've been talking a ton on the digital twin side of things. You want to take that part?
Sure. Yes, we have a summary of it in page 9 of our deck, but to go into the details of it, you can think of it as a platform or a suite of tools, digital tools that really enables higher quality and velocity through the design and production cycle. So this has been proven out by leading aerospace companies and allows us to integrate seamlessly with the supply chain, because we have a digital database that we're all using together. But to go a little deeper, it gives you the ability to do model-based systems engineering and design. So we get all of the aircraft requirements into this database and do our CAD. We can do the simulation and optimization of the design across all of the disciplines. And then it extends through to product line management. So we collaborate, and it gives the governance on the whole system for change control and such. So you put all this together, allows us to work very seamlessly and much, much faster than we did before. So it's going to be very helpful to our rapid aircraft development program that we're going into.
Thank you. Best regards.
Thanks, Oliver.
Thank you for your question. Our next question comes from Greg Conrad from Jefferies. Please proceed.
Good evening. Just maybe to start, on Unity and Imagine, and you mentioned 3 flights per month once those get ramped. I mean, is there any learning curve or once those enter commercial service, should we think about that 3 flights a month when they're both in service as kind of happening right away?
I think on Unity, we understand that ship well. We've been working with it, for so many years. We understand what we've put into this enhancement program. Our teams in New Mexico are getting ready to do that. So we expect to see that come together well. We will have, if you call it right, we will have a test flight coming out of the enhancement period, and there'll actually be 2. One, we'll do what we call a glide flight, where we take Unity up and release and come down in an unpowered fashion, and that just kind of confirms all the air handling surfaces and flight dynamics. And then we'll do a powered trip to space as well. So those 2 things also allow us to cut our teeth on how we're going to turn the ship. So by the time we start commercial service, we feel good and confident we'll be able to do that on that month interval. Imagine we'll be doing the same thing. While it will be starting commercial service, we expect midway through 23, it will itself be going through a series of flight test program. And those are ones, we'll also do a little bit more analysis because it'll be first time out of the barn, so to speak. It will give our maintenance teams time to basically practice that and cut our teeth on that. So by the time we get to commercial service, I think we will be pretty close to where we're expecting on turning. There may be 1 or 2 flights in which we learn a little bit in between, but on average, I think we're targeting that every 2 weeks. So a little bit of time maybe after those first 2 commercial flights, but pretty close.
And then just kind of a checking the math question. I mean, when we think about the 750th to 800th customer, is it fair to assume they're offered a slot in the 2026 timeframe? Or how do we think about, the current customers that are signing on, when their flights are planned?
Yeah, I think that's a fair estimate as we have the same conversation with our customers as we do on these calls. We talk about our expected rates for Unity and our expected rates for Imagine. We talk about the first of the flights coming out on Delta in 25 with commercial service really starting in 26 for the Deltas. So everybody does that same math and says, okay, by the time I'm on the tail end of this first 1,000, that's likely kind of 26 area there. So people recognize that, and that's again very related to why this community not only is important on the journey, it's helpful to understand this is what I'm going to be engaging with and how I'm going to get value by signing up now here. And it also gets people, and there's only 1,000 of the first 1,000, and right now there's only 200 left. And I think people are understanding the scarcity of this particular group, and that's helping as well.
Thank you.
Thank you for your question. Our next question comes from Pete Osterland with Truist. Please proceed.
Hey, good evening. This is Pete on for Mike Tremoli this evening. Thanks for taking our questions. First, just regarding the labor constraints you called out, for what kind of roles within the company are you mainly seeking to expand your hiring for right now? And what have been the biggest challenges that you've encountered on the labor front? Do you see this dynamic improving over the next quarter or 2, or does it seem like the situation could be becoming more challenging?
Primarily, the place where we have labor, I'd say, constraints sit within the engineering group. So manufacturing, we've actually been able to kind of staff our team well there, both with our own team and supplemented by some contracted forces as we go. The engineering piece is where we have amazing people. I'll put it in 2 ways. On one hand, we're ramping up engineering for the future fleet, and we're having great success there. I think I spoke with our head of the people organization. We've got 40 engineers showing up this month. So we're doing a great job on hiring. But the the enhancement program, we're really using our engineering force that knows our ships because the new people are hiring, they're going to be on the future fleet. And where we had been, we had an engineering team that mostly had been building one ship, Imagine, because Unity and Eve were more in-flight tests and more of an operational footing. We now have that same engineering team that has experience spread over all three ships, and they're doing incredible work, but there's obviously much more scope. So we've been supplementing them as they go, but that supplementing has come at a somewhat slower rate than we've been able to keep our schedule against, and that's why you see us talking about labor constraints. It's within the experienced engineering group as we split our existing team from a main focus on one ship to working on three all at once. So that has a contained box to it, right? As we finish up the enhancement programs, we'll be rolling, many will continue with the existing ships as they're in service, but many of those experienced engineers will also transition as planned into our Delta class and new mothership designs. So that gives you maybe some parameters around it.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then just a question on pricing. With broad-based inflation on everyone's mind right now, has there been any indication at all in your conversations, either with customers that currently have reservations or prospective customers, that would suggest that demand or interest has maybe slowed down at all versus what you were expecting at the beginning of the year? And is there potential that you would need to modify your pricing strategy at all?
No, we're not seeing that. And two things. I think the customers that had been with us from early on are in a really good value position, right? They came in at $250,000. I think they're in a great value point of view. So that's, if you kind of look at inflation rates, they invested early, and I think that's a good thing. And we will be taking up to the rest of this first 1,000 at $450,000. We don't plan to, I'll call it, inflate that price for the remaining 200 tickets. But once those last 200 are gone, we'll assess pricing appropriately against the market there. But I think in the world, inflation is hitting the cost of other things. We're not taking the cost of these remaining 200 seats. We don't plan to take those above the $450,000 we've announced.
All right. Thanks for taking the question.
Of course. Thanks.
Thank you for your question. Our next question comes from Kristine Liwag with Morgan Stanley. Please proceed.
Hey, good afternoon,
Christine.
guys. Hey, Michael. Hey, Doug. On the supply chain issue, I mean, you touched on this a lot. I was wondering if you could provide more details on exactly what you're facing. I would have thought that with parts for Inspire that you would have some spares.
Sure. So I'll give you one piece, and just kind of for everybody listening. Inspire was or is a ship that was going to be following Imagine, and we have many of the parts built for that. So, as Christine, I know you're aware, the majority of our ships are carbon, right? And we join carbon with epoxies and things. But there are places throughout kind of all of our ships, motherships and spaceships, where we use high-performance metallics. Sometimes to be in between joining carbon to carbon pieces. Sometimes we're joining carbon into the metallics. And it's metallics where we're really seeing delivery times that are quite extended. So we've been handling these as they come up. And I'll give you an example. We had a part that is built out of an aluminum alloy, and that particular part, as part of this process, came into a redesign area. Through the redesign, the kind of block of raw material, the billet of aluminum, grew in size from what's generally a standard aluminum billet to something that's often a bit more custom. Those particular, getting a block of material that we would need might have been a very short, couple, 3 weeks lead time. We see those really extending out. And the supply chain has done a great job beating those back from what could have been material schedule impacts to finding alternative sources of supply and being very creative in that. So we've been able to pull back from what could be more complicated schedule extensions to things that are pretty managed. But cumulatively, these things start to add up. And so that's where I think supply is part of the topic. As we talked on an earlier question, just the pace at which we're moving through the engineering drawings that get to the work instructions that allow people to get on the ship as we spread kind of our experienced engineers over 3 shifts versus 1. The combination of these things have added up where we thought it was appropriate to add more contingency into our schedule. It's not more than that, but it's not less than that. These are the two things that we're really seeing together combined. And that's why we made a call early to share what we expect to see our schedule shifting.
That's really helpful, and thank you for the additional details. And then also, when we think about the enhancement actions on Unity and Eve, can you describe the milestones you've already achieved? You've been going through the process for 8 months now, so I'd imagine you guys have accomplished quite a lot. Can you just share with us what some of those milestones have been?
Sure, and the teams have just been amazing to watch them go on this because, again, our existing team, got a 2 to 3x ramp up in work, and obviously we're growing again then for the future. So people have really stepped up. Unity's in solid shape. It will be, the scope that we gave Unity, it will complete, I'll call it on our original schedule. So the Unity team will probably have some time just to do a few extra bonus items there. Eve is really the ship that's got the longer piece of time in there. But the milestone that we put in the presentation today was talking about the launch pylon. That's for those who aren't familiar with kind of what's going on our ships, it's probably a hard picture to understand. But this is the piece that attaches the spaceship to the center of the wing of the mothership. Not only at a structural level, but also this is where all the the electricity moves through there, the air moves through there. It's a very important part. And the original design of that had 3 points, and that was fine for the work and the efforts we were doing with it in flight test. But as we move into commercial service, we just want to open up the envelope of conditions that we would fly within, and we wanted something structurally much more robust. But it's going in and doing some reasonable amounts of surgery onto the wing and opening that up. And so you saw that picture coming in back in April where we were actually able to fit a new part into an existing effort in the wing with all the structural efforts kind of done and ready to go. That was a big milestone. We actually brought everybody together, got a big picture around that. So I think that was the biggest one we've seen, and that was also kind of just a good one to have behind us. Right, so now we have more things to fit and finish up, but as far as big milestones, that was the one that we went through in April, and we were pleased to see it.
Well, great. Well, thank you very much for all that color. Really helpful.
Thanks, Christine.
Thank you for your question. Our last question comes from Miles Walton from UBS. Please proceed.
Hey, Miles. Good evening. Hey. So maybe to just delve into the Delta a little bit, I think, Michael, you had said, reiterated on the call, late 25 is still the target for that. And so this current slip on the re-entering commercial service or entering commercial service, it's not in any way having a ripple effect in terms of constraints or anything like that. It's still late 2025.
Yes, the timing table we've got out on Delta, we believe, is not impacted by this. At a practical level, some of those, I'll call it experienced engineers, will be a little later over to the party. But in the schedule we've laid out for ourselves there, we don't think that has a material impact.
Okay. And then on the RFIs that you are in the process of issuing or have issued, I guess, so does this mean that you are in a firm design at this point, or are you still in collaborative design with what their capabilities are and deciding what you're going to outsource versus insource, or is this RFI stage telling that you've frozen the design You know what you're going to insource, you know what you're going to outsource, and now it's just a question of price?
Well, let's see. I think just again speaking, because a lot of folks are probably listening. It's important for the grounding. This isn't a brand new ship going forward, right? This is an evolution off of our current ships, and that matters, right? Because the vast majority of that design is done as an intact, and what we're doing heavily is now reworking that design. When we use these words, design for manufacturability, allowing it to come together in fewer, larger sub-assemblies that can be sent out. So there's much of that design work that is done, as I'll call it, in place from that standpoint. What we are finding out through the RFI process is, we mentioned one example around high temp composites in the discussion earlier, but we're finding where people have either some new capabilities that we didn't fully recognize, or maybe a supplier might have multiple capabilities that we thought might be in two different suppliers, things like that. So that's causing us to continue to make some trades on, what do we want to do if we could give more out to this group? Is that a more efficient process along the way? So there's still trades being made in that category, those types of categories. So I'd say, in detail, it's not locked from design because we're making trades with these suppliers. We still have to down select them. But again, this is an evolution of the current designs relative to a new airframe. A ton of our design is locked.
Got it. And sorry, in the first point, at which this will be the last one, where you issue those acceptance, or you get them back and you issue the contracts for supply. Do you think that is sort of end of year type of time frame for the major assemblies?
I think sooner than the end of the year, for sure.
Okay. Great. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your question. There are no further questions waiting at this time, so I'll pass the conference back over to the management team for any closing remarks.
No, I think we always appreciate everybody who both are on the call with questions and all of those who are listening in. We're excited for what's still to come, and thank you for your time today.
So there we go. There is the earnings report tonight. All right, stick with me now. We've got a bit of a surprise for you. Stick with me. That is the end of the earnings report. So what we're going to do now, we have a bit of a surprise. If we get 59 likes on the video, let me have a look. Have we got 59 likes? In 2002, I was voted by Sir Elton John as the world piano man. And if we've got 59 likes on the video, let me have a quick look, then we will be able to do Rocket Man live in the show. Now also, I'm going to give you another minute or so. We do have a cash prize giveaway coming up in the morning. It's free for all. Anyone can enter it. Doesn't cost you anything at all. Let me give you the link here. It's a 3-minute SPCE video. All you've got to do to enter into the draw is watch it. It's a 3-minute video. If you only watch part of it, it won't count. You have to watch all of it. And all you need to do is watch it, like it, and leave the comment it says in the video. It tells you exactly what to do. All you've got to do is leave the comment as it says. Oh, we got 59 likes. It looks like we've got 59 likes now. This is going to be sent to Sir Richard Branson. I know Richard Branson, so this will be sent to him. And we're going to go now into the studio, and we're going to do Rocket Man live on the show. So let me just, before I go in do it now, here is the link for the morning. Just go and watch this video. I'll post it 3 times so you can see it. Watch through the video. It's 3 minutes long. Leave a comment as it is in the video, and you will be in the prize draw. We've only got 29 people that have entered it. We do it every Friday. Every single Friday we do our cash prize draw. So, all right, here we are. This is the spaceport studio for Virgin Galactic. So we're going to go back there now. Get ready. So what we'd like to do now is we're going to send this video to Sir Richard Branson. I'm going to play Rocket Man at the piano, and what I want to do is bring all your comments on the screen. We're going to have all your comments coming down the screen here. Look. And as I sing the song, you will be on the chat there. And what we want you to do is create a viral chat. So wish Sir Richard Branson very well. Wish him well. You can copy and paste, copy and paste. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Rocket Man for Sir Richard Branson. Okay, here we go. Okay. We are in the hot seat now. And here we go with Rocket Man. This is for Sir Richard Branson. And we want to blow up the chat right now. So I want the chat to roll through as fast as we can get it. So everybody is commenting at the same time. And let's see if we can get a viral moment. And we'll send it through to Sir Richard Branson. Okay, so here we go. This is Elton John's Rocket Man live. And if you want me to call your name out at all, and you'd like to have your name in the video, all you've got to do is mention your name and I will do it for you. All right. Okay, here we go. Viral moment now for Sir Richard Branson. Let's blow it up. You ready? Okay, here we go. She packed my bags last night pre-flight. 0 hour, 9 a.m. Gonna be high as a kite by then. I miss the years so much, I miss my wife. It's lonely out in space. Such a timeless flight like this. Virgin Galactic, come on out. I think it's gonna be a long, long time. Touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not a man that think I am at home. Oh no, Richard Branson, you're a rockin' man. Richard Branson, you are a rocket man. You are a rocket man. Mars ain't the kind of place to raise your kids. In fact, it's cold as hell. There's no one there to raise them if you did. Mars ain't the kind of place to raise your kids. In fact, it's cold as hell. Virgin Galactic, yeah! You make rocket ships. I think it's gonna be a long, long time. Touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not a man that think I am at home. Oh no, I'm a rocket man. think it's gonna be a long, long time. Touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not a man that think I am at home. Oh no, oh no, oh no, I'm a rockin' man. Rugged man, burning out his fuse apart alone. I think it's gonna be a long, long time. Virgin Galactic tonight, we're still in. I bought more shares, we're holding later on this year. But that's it from me. Thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget to join me live in the morning for the cash prize draw. I gave you the link in the video. It's free to enter. Everyone can be in. We're giving away a cash prize in the morning. Thank you very much for joining me on the Virgin Galactic Space Channel. See you back in the morning. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed my music, it's youtube.com/Martyn Lucas, and you can check out all my music. But that's it from me. Definitely going to be a long, long time, says Warren Powell. Whoa, says Rob McLean. Pete Barker is here as well. Rob RB, forget about flying with SpaceX. You need to fly Virgin. Count Chocula. Bow City Indies just joined in. Zen Habits. If everybody, oh, there's Martin Redding says good night. So I'm saying good night to everybody now. Thank you very much for being here. See you back in the morning. That's it from me. You've been great tonight. I'll see you back in the morning for the live cash giveaway, live here on The Day Trader. Take care of yourselves until the morning. Bye-bye for now. Okay, that's it until the morning. See you all back in the morning. And we'll say good night to you. Thank you very much for being here.